This is MikeBot. Today, for the designer series, I will be featuring amazing STL Creator once again. As I previously mentioned, this designer is highly skilled and technical. He creates apps and makes it very, very easy for everybody to basically customize any 3D print you like. So today, he's got a new app that he's released, and this one is really cool and unique. It's to make custom baseball caps. So over here on my screen, you can see that I have the schematic for how the baseball cap assembles. So you have the front part of the baseball cap, which is the one you customize with your image. Then you got the mesh, so he calls it sector A, B, C, which clips into the front part. And then you got the screw bottom and the button screw that basically seals everything together at the top. So that's a schematic. So once you open up the amazing STL Creator 14, you click Open JPEG, look for the image you want to use, make it as thick as you want. I went with 6mm. And then you click Create STL. Once the STL is created, you open it up in your slicing software. So in my case, it's Bamboo Studio. I've already sorted out all the parts here. I went with 6 wall loops, 25% triangle infill, and I'm using supports. So once you've done your settings however way you like, you slice it, and this is what the slices look like. So there is a bit of supports required, but that's the way to ensure everything comes out perfectly. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and print this, and then I will showcase what it looks like when it's all said and done. Now, one thing I will note is that this is a long print, so it's about 17.5 hours on Bamboo printers. So if you're using something other than Bamboo, the time could vary greatly, maybe up to 2 or 3 days, worst case scenario. But in total, it's 331 grams. Obviously, you can make this a lot lighter using less material. You can make it 2 wall loops, 5% infill, but I want to make this thing solid. I'm kind of curious to how it's going to come out. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and print this and we'll proceed from there. So I've printed the hat and I have some feedback on the design of the software and everything overall. So to use the program, it's very, very easy. Simple, 2 clicks, add a photo, generate, you're good to go. Slicing it in the software, very easy. And printing was very easy as well. So I'll start with the first issue I've noticed. You cannot use supports on the fabric. If you use supports on the fabric, they're garbage, and you'll see those in my little clip here. So make sure when you're printing the fabric, you don't use supports at all, or it's not going to flex and hold. Now, when you don't print it with supports, it may not print properly depending on your printer, but my printer is fine-tuned, so it printed the fabric effortlessly. Some of the fabric is a little fragile, so be careful or you're going to break the clips pretty easily. The next issue I've noticed is that the brim or the rim of the hat is very, very thin and can snap very easily. So be very, very gentle with it or it will break. If the designer can add a function to make the rim of the hat a little thicker, I think that'd be perfect. Otherwise, you might have to play around and tinker with the settings yourself to get that right. In regards to the weight of the hat, I made the hat way too heavy. If it's on your head for too long, your neck will start to hurt. So you might want to use less infill. When the logo sticks out, that part is far, 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 far too heavy. So there should be a way, hopefully, that he can redo the design to make that logo part stick out a little less. And another issue I've noticed as well is that the hat is way too small on my head. Now, obviously, I can tinker and mess around with the settings and adjust them accordingly. But for the people that don't know how to do that, it might be a good idea for the amazing STL designer to add a size option. So maybe a small, medium, or a large and extra large option, or just add 5 different sizes. The size overall wasn't good, so for me, this hat is unfortunately going to get scrapped, or it's just going to sit there and showcase it kind of thing in my home. So that's basically it. So we got the rim of the hat is too thin. Fabric has to be printed with no supports. The weight of the hat was too much, needs to be reduced. And the size of the hat. But other than that, I think it looks pretty good overall, and it's a really good attempt to try to make some 3D printed clothing from this designer. I highly recommend you check them out. I'll see if I can get a discount code for everyone, and then hopefully you'll be able to get your hands on this software as well and test it out. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Please make sure you check out my Patreon. Make sure to check out his Patreon as well. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. Thanks again for watching. MikeBot out.
Thank you for watching MikeBot Entertainment.